what I have going on here is obviously I'm using, or if you guys didn't know, I'm running a not a 4L, Turbo 400 onto a 6.0. I believe it's out of a 2003 cargo van. At least that's what I was told. So I've never bolted an older style transmission onto a newer style LS motor. So in all my research, it says, oh, you can use the little nub adapter. You have to use the actual adapter that hooks up to the end of the crank. Some say you have to use them both, and I'm just like, I don't know. There's so much research out there. When I ask people, they say they use this, they use that. So I went ahead and actually bought both of the adapters, and I'll show you here. They're actually under the car. And I'm trying to line this thing up. And what I did first is I put the torque converter in first. I actually got a new torque converter, ordered it off eBay from this company called Roadrunner Converters out of Phoenix. Ordered my first one there, had good luck with it, so I decided to go with them again. In any case, I hooked up the converter first, and it actually seemed to line up. And in all my research too, the holes that bolt to the converter holes to the flywheel, in all my research, everybody says you have to kind of like hollow the holes out, and so that they'll bolt up to the older style converter. And from what I'm seeing, mine line up, and I haven't put a bolt through the flex plate to the converter yet, but I just kind of eyeballed it, and from my research and from what I've seen, you have to hollow them out, a fair amount, but mine looks like they actually line up. So I'm going to take a bolt and see if I can actually put it through and screw it in. We shall see. But I hooked up the converter to the transmission and then tied it all in, mated it to the block, and it actually looked like that it fit with no adapters, no nothing. So I was like, well, let me see. So I grabbed my other adapter. Y'all, so this is one of the adapters that I was talking about here. Hope you guys can see it and it's not too dark. So this adapter actually mounts up a couple different ways. So you can actually mount this behind the flex plate. I believe if you're using a dished flex plate, you can mount it behind it. That way it helps to basically push the flex plate out a little bit and helps to overcome that dished portion of the plate. In my case, that's not the case because I have a flat flex plate. And so in that case, you're supposed to set it on top of the flex plate, and it's supposed to bump this forward a little bit so the converter has an opportunity to mate with this surface here. So I'm thinking this is too thick, and for my particular application, and I'll show you here why. Because you have to take in consideration not only this thickness, but also this thickness as well, because this part of the adapter is actually going to be touching or close to the actual converter. And so let me take you under the car here. Here we go, y'all. I'm under the car, and hopefully you guys can see. So if you can see that little ring that's right there, so that's one of the LS style adapter rings that you can use to mate old school transmissions to a newer style LS motor. And I have it pretty much installed all the way in. I can push it in a little bit more, and I'm actually holding my hand back behind the transmission to fully mate it, and that's all the room I got, y'all. And if you can see right there, it's all the way in, and right here I have a crazy amount of space. That's at least maybe 3/4 of an inch that away from the mating surface from the block to the transmission. And there is no way I'm gonna be able to use that little adapter. Same with the adapter that I just showed you, because even if I put it on the outside of the flex plate, it's gonna be actually wider than that adapter itself, and it's still gonna not mate all the way. So I don't know. I don't know. And I actually installed this with no adapter, and it actually seemed just fine. It actually went inside it all into the little snout of the torque converter, went inside to the hole in the flex plate, and you're supposed to have about 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 of an inch in between here, and I stuck a drill bit that was 3/16 wide, and it dang near almost filled the gap. So I would probably just have to use a washer in between to compensate. So I don't know, y'all. I just might not run it. So I don't know if I got a different style flex plate on this from whoever I bought it from. These are the two adapters that I got, and I already opened this one, so I probably gotta keep it. This one actually came in a box, and it was just wrapped in plastic, and got it from Summit, so they should be able to take that one back. But this is what I'm talking about here. So this is the one that I had just on, and as you can see, it wouldn't allow me to fully mate the transmission to the block, and I don't see how this one would work for me either. So and if you guys can kind of see, so if I put this, I can't put it behind the flex plate or the flex plate, because I don't have that particular type of dish flex plate. Mine is flat, and it would bump out the flex plate further, and then it wouldn't be in line with the starter. So I'd have to put it on the outside of the flex plate, which is, I think, in most cases people do, unless they're using the dished one. So if you guys can see here, so if I put it on the outside, and I'm holding this GoPro, y'all, so hopefully you guys can kind of like tell what's up. Let me move it in the light here a little bit so you guys can kind of see even more. But if so picture this inside of the flex plate, and this is the part that's sticking out. Picture this part inside of the flex plate, and this is the part that's sticking out, and this is where the snout of the transmission mates. So think of this one on the outside of the flex plate, and I have it perfectly mounted, or actually kind of just in line with the other one. And if you guys can tell, this adapter right here sticks out even further than the adapter right below it. So this part sticks out even further. So that would push the transmission back even more, and that one wouldn't work. So I don't see how either of them are going to work for me. And I believe that I do have the torque converter all the way seated, unless for some reason I don't. But you know, I spun it around, and I heard it click twice. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hear 2 clunks to make sure it's fully seated and locked in. And to my understanding, it is. So let me go ahead and temporarily install this transmission. I have the torque converter. I have bolts on each side here and on the other side to kind of help it sit flush. At least pretty flush for the most part. Good for temporary. And if you guys can see up there, right there. Okay, right in there. So no adapter. There we go. Okay, no adapter, no nothing. And if you guys can see, let's see if I can zoom in. So if you guys can see, that snout is inside of that hole on the flex plate, and it's in there probably a good, I don't know, I don't even know how deep it's supposed to go, but it can't be that deep because it's sitting right up against the what's it called, the crank. So I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if maybe I got a flex plate with an adapter already, maybe. I don't know. That was already on there when I got it. I don't know. I mean, I've gotten pretty lucky with this engine as far as, you know, the different pistons that came on it, and, you know, being a Gen 3 block with Gen 4 pistons and rods. You know, maybe I got a different flex plate. You know, I'm not quite sure, but that seems to me to mount pretty good, and it's sitting in there and it's not gonna move, and that snout is inside there. Also,
show you this. So temporarily, I have a bolt torque converter, a bolt in the flywheel, and as you can see, that hole right here, the top one, the top hole, lines right up, and these mounting surfaces or mounting or whatever, the holes don't have threads inside of them, so I'll have to get different bolts and probably nylon nuts I'm probably gonna have to use, and I'll use some Loctite to kind of help secure those in. But y'all, they line up, so there will be no hollowing out any holes for me on this flex plate, which saves me some time. And since I already torqued the flex plate down, that's good for me. So I don't know, I'm calling this a win. And as you can see, the space right there in between the flex plate and the mounting surfaces on the torque converter, so there's a space there, and that's supposed to be about 1/8 of an inch to 3/16. And I can't really show you a good example, but as you can see, this drill bit is 3/16 wide, and as you can see, I have a little bit of wiggle room in between. So what I'll probably do is put a washer in between there, and let's take a quick look at, again, the snout on the torque converter, which is this right here, and then that's the flex plate right there. If you can see inside there, that silver circle that's sitting in the center of all those bolts there, that's the snout of the torque converter. And I will try to zoom in, see if I can get you all the way in there. But there you go. So you can see how far it's sitting in there. That silver ring that you see directly ahead of you, that is part of the snout, but there's probably at least about that length and a half more that's sitting inside of the flex plate. And there's plenty in there. So I'm not exactly sure how far these are supposed to set inside there, but I know I've seen people run them this way, and that, to me, I think that is pretty good. So no adapter, no nothing, just straight Turbo 400 with torque converter inside of a 6.0 LS. And let me take you back one more notch here. So hopefully you guys can see there. Let me see if I can shine another light inside there. So I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh man, let me see if I can get up in there. I'm trying to show you the, oh, okay, that's a good angle. So if you can see right there, right where the crank is up in there. So you can see the silver, the very, very shiny part that's right behind the kind of surface rusted area there, that round piece. So I think, now that I'm thinking about it, earlier I said I didn't know if there was an adapter on this. I think this does have an adapter on there. And because that shiny area is part of the crank. So I think this does have an adapter, and it came that way. I didn't put one on there. I don't know if this is a 6.0 crank that came with the adapter. I don't know, y'all. That's where I'm at, and that's probably why the Turbo 400 mates up to it with no problems. I did not have to hollow out any holes any further. They actually bolted right in, and I just got some bolts here and some nylon nuts here, and if you can see in the center right there, you can see a washer that's sitting in between the torque converter flange part and the flex plate. So that is to allow the proper spacing.
In my particular situation, it doesn't look like I'm going to need these adapters. I already bolted up the transmission. I'm about to mate the torque converter and the flex plate now and just call it good and see how it goes. So anyways, y'all, stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, y'all.